It's no secret that the United States has been heavily inspired by classical Greece and Rome. Just take a look at the nearest courthouse or national memorial, and you'll see the familiar Hellenic columns, Latin numerals, and even Greco-Roman gods and goddesses depicted on buildings across America. But could it be that even the size of the American railroad gauge was inspired by ancient Rome? Keep watching to find out, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more American history videos. The Roman railroad gauge. Let's take it back to the year 1830, when England's very first railway line was being built. The designer of this revolutionary railroad was George Stephenson. As the story goes, Stephenson was on the ancient Roman fortification of Hadrian's Wall in northern England, near his home, when he looked down and noticed some grooves. He determined that these must have been cart grooves and measured the distance between them to be exactly 4 feet 8.5 inches wide, or the width of 2 horses side by side. To pay homage to the ancient Roman engineers, and considering that if it worked for so many centuries, it would probably work just as well in the modern age, Stephenson chose to model his railroad gauge design after the Roman example. By the 1840s, all English railroads were using the standardized measurement of 4 feet 8.5 inches for their gauges. In fact, they passed an act in Parliament making this the official gauge width for the entire country moving forward. This measurement, now known as the Stephenson gauge, has been adopted by most of the world's railroads, including the United States. The Transcontinental Railroad, built across America in the 1860s, applied the Stephenson gauge measurement for their railways. However, not all of America chose to standardize their gauge width. This ended up causing serious problems for long-distance transportation, especially during the Civil War. Because many different railways had different gauge widths, they could not use each other's lines for transportation throughout the Confederacy. This became a huge disadvantage for the South and a huge advantage for the Union, whose railroad lines were much more standardized. By the late 19th century, the entire country had followed England's lead and made the Stephenson gauge the official gauge width of rail lines across America. One way or another, the classical world continues to influence the United States. Passed down from Rome to England to America, the 4 foot 8.5 inch railroad gauge stands as a testament to Roman engineering nearly 2,000 years later. If you learned something new from this video, make sure to give us a like and click here for another fascinating video about American history. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.